Hi and welcome to my channel. Today we are creating a rosy, glamorous, sparkly look for Valentine's, and we are starting out by using this primer from Benefits. It's the Porefessional, and I'm just applying that more or less all over my face, especially around my nose, my chin, my cheeks, and my forehead. And then we're going in with foundation, and this is the L'Oreal True Match in the color 2R/2C Vanilla Rose. And first I'm applying it to my face using my fingers before going in with a damp beauty sponge. This one right here is from H&M and I love it. It's really inexpensive. It works very, very well. It leaves a smooth, flawless finish. And it's easy to work with, as you can see. And I just dab the product into my face. And I also make sure to bring it towards down my neck to make sure there are no harsh lines. And I'm sorry for my slightly raspy voice. I think I might be coming down with a cold. And after dubbing in my foundation, I'm going in with my Mercier Translucent setting powder and a large powder brush, and I'm just using this to set my foundation to keep it from creasing and from moving around throughout the day. And with my foundation set, I move on to my brows, and I'm as usual using my Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz in the color Taupe. And I start out by using the spoolie to brush my brow hairs upwards and outwards. And then I go on to using the pencil end. And I start out by lining my bottom part of the brow just to mark how I want my brow to look, like the shape. And then I start filling it out from the tail. And I work my way towards the center of my face to the inner part of the brow. And on the inner part of my brow, I am using upward strokes to create a more hair-like look. This helps the brow look more natural. And then to set my brows, I am going to use my Anastasia Beverly Hills Clear Brow Gel. And I brush upwards in the center of my brows and then outwards motions towards the end of the brows. Then I'm moving on to priming my eyelids. I'm using my Urban Decay Primer Potion, and I'm just using my fingers to apply that to my lid and up towards the brow bone. And then for this pink rosy look, we are going to use the Urban Decay Naked No. 3 palette. And we're starting out with the color Strange and a fluffy brush. And I'm just dusting that onto my brow bone. I'm sorry about the ringing noise. A friend is coming over and he just rang the doorbell. And we're dusting that onto the brow bone before we are going in with the color Limit, I think. Yes, definitely Limit. And I'm using this as my transition color. So I'm using the same fluffy brush and I'm just dusting that onto my crease and slightly above the crease, just using soft windshield wiper motions and slightly circular motions as well. Then we are moving on to the color Nooner, and I'm placing this on the outer corner of the eyes. I'm using still the same fluffy brush and just dusting that on ever so lightly before I change up my brush to one from Real Techniques, and it's a large pencil brush, very large pencil brush. And we are using the same color Nooner, and we are dusting that onto the inner corner of the eye. I changed up my brush because this one is slightly more precise, and we're also using this in the crease, but not dusting it all over the place like the other ones, just keeping it simple and clean. Then moving on, I am taking a flat shader brush and the color burn out. And I am placing that on the center of my lid to create a sparkly pink highlight to make my eyes pop, but we're gonna make them pop even more very soon. As you can see, this already looks stunning. These colors are so beautiful. I have to say, out of all the Naked palettes, this is definitely my favorite. And then I'm going back in with the same fluffy brush, just dusting the color over the crease and just smoothing everything out, making sure everything is nice and blended. I am then going to pick up a Magnificent Metals eyeshadow from Stila, and this is in the color Dusty Rose. And I'm placing that onto my lid using the very same flat shader brush. This is from Sephora. And I'm just packing that on, and you can see it looks amazing. It makes your eyes really, really pop. I love this. It is one of the most beautiful shadows I've seen in my entire life. I've had it for a while now, and I always get so many compliments when I wear this. I love it. And then I'm taking the same fluffy brush and just making sure everything is nice and blended. And then I move on to concealer. Today we are using the Touch Eclat in the color number 2. And I know you can't see it in the video, but I had some fallout, so I'm putting it on a little more thickly than I might otherwise have done, just to cover up the fallout. And I'm creating a triangle shape just to brighten up my under eye area as well. And I'm using the same damp beauty sponge from H&M to dab that into the skin, make sure everything is nice and smooth and flawless. Oh, and by the way, if like some of the images or like the footage in this video is a little blurry or like fluffy looking, that's because I am filming in my sister's living room, and I'm pretty sure she and her boyfriend does not want to be in my video. Then I move on to set my under eyes using the same Laura Mercier Translucent setting powder and a large powder brush from Sephora. Then I'm going back in with the pencil brush and the color Limit, and I'm using that under my eye, just placing that close to the lash line and just placing it all the way below the eye before moving on to the color Nooner, which I'm placing on the outer half of the under eye area, just below the lash line. And then I'm taking a large fluffy shader brush and the color Dust, and I'm dusting that onto my inner corner as an inner corner highlight, just to make sure my eyes pop even more. For bronzer, we are using the Benefit Cosmetics Hoola bronzer and an angled blush brush, and we are placing that right above the crease below the cheekbone, just to make sure those cheekbones are really chiseled and looking nice, and I'd say sharp, but I don't mean sharp, but like, you know what I mean. And then we're going in with a blush brush from Real Techniques and my go-to blush lately, which is the Mekka Mineral Matte Blush in Charming. And then for highlighter, we are using the Hourglas highlighter in the color Ambient, I think. No, Incandescent Strobe Light, I'm not sure. Either ways, and we're using a very small setting brush from Real Techniques to dust that onto our faces. For mascara, we are using the Roller Lash from Benefit Cosmetics, and I'm first putting on a coat from below the lashes, and then with downwards motions from the top of the lashes, and then again with upwards motions from the underside of the lashes. And this is to make sure all the lashes are covered entirely in mascara, looking nice and natural. And then for lips, we are going to use the Melted Matte lipstick from Too Faced, and this one is in the color Sellout. This is a very kiss-proof lipstick, so it's perfect for Valentine's. And as usual, I am not using any lip liner when I use a liquid lipstick. I don't feel that I need to use a lip liner when I use liquid lipsticks, and this one stays put all day and it doesn't bleed or anything. So, and then just above that, I am going to place a Marc Jacobs gloss in the color Pretty Thing, and I'm pretty sure I got this in a Sephora favorites kit at some point. And I'm just putting that in the center of my lips. And then to set my face, I'm using my Vitamin E mist from the Body Shop, and I'm just spraying that on. And that's it for today. I hope you like this look. I hope you want to come back to my channel. Please give me a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. You can also follow me on Snapchat and Instagram. My username is Superguri. And until next time, bye!